Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. And keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as, investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are on Saturday, April 20th. We're going to take a look at SoFi today. So in addition to the Webull chart here and the Think or Swim chart over here, I did pull in a little bit of data from Fintel and iBorrowdesk to just sort of round things out. We haven't checked in a while. So short float percentage currently at 17.29 and days to cover at a decently hefty 8.16 days. Again, that's per Fintel. And from iBorrowdesk, the fee to borrow 0.5 and quite a few shares available to borrow, 2.6 million. So to me, sort of high-ish, high enough on the short float percentage, decent amount of days that those shorts are holding on to those before they cover, but the fee isn't doing much in order to shake them loose, and there's plenty available to borrow still. And of course, the price moving relatively sideways here as of late isn't also putting any pressure on them to do anything in terms of, run to close their position or anything like that. So we'll keep an eye on it, see if anything evolves, but that's the situation as I currently see it. Now, SoFi continuing to put in price action on the lower portion of this formation that we've been watching, this downtrend resistance, this uptrend support coming to a collision point after earnings, actually. So we have a prospective earnings date here of April 29th, so not too far away. And could that, push it out or pull it under this formation and sort of, bust this whole setup? That could certainly happen. I don't know that this formation is tremendously strong because, again, with this downtrend resistance, it really only confirmed this with one set of candles. The uptrend support a little bit more now that it's creeping up over this 693 support level that we have. There's more near misses, but I don't know how long that will continue to hold or what the strength of that is. If it continues to come down into that range at or just below 7, and hope that buyers continue to show up there. That's always my concern, especially, going a long ways back with SoFi in particular. Now, if it does, put in range through here and even through earnings, it could rise quite a bit. It could get, well into the 7s, toward 8 even, and stay within the structure. It could also sort of like peek its head out or throw its toes below, whatever. It could push below or above, briefly and pop back in, and, that could sort of still sustain the structure. So we'll see if that is the case or not. Nearest in support level right now is 693. If that gives way, 634, and then 561. If it does get some rise, nearest in resistance level that I have, 745, and then, of course, the downtrend resistance, and then 826. There's some additional pretty decent action getting put in here around, say, 787, 790. So that may sort of evolve, sooner than later as well. It's something we could add to the chart. But 826, 919, and then 1006. Also some, just something that very well could take shape here around like 864 or so. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, on the Think or Swim side of things, we do have trigger, fire, nothing happened, re-trigger, and now, as of Friday, apparently, our first fire candle. So we'll see if this re-trigger and refire provides anything of substantial movement. We'll see, obviously, we had a big move from the upper bound of the channel all the way to and through the lower bound of the channel not too long ago, and that sort of pinned it underneath the mid-range of the channel. It tried briefly after that first trigger and fire to punch up through, couldn't hold it, but at the same time, it didn't get pushed all the way back down to the lower bound of the channel. So we'll see if this re-trigger and now refire, it's brand new, yields anything of note. It could move, pretty significantly and still stay within the bounds of the channel, especially to the upside. To the downside right now, 671, lower bound of the channel, 737, the mid-range, and 804 to the upside. So, my interests are mostly what's coming of earnings, and we know that SoFi can certainly have a decent motion leading into earnings as well. So not just the earnings itself, but the lead into earnings. And then I am interested in this retrigger and refire. Retriggers and refires are always interesting to me, especially when the price is, fairly intact toward the mid-range of the channel, and then this formation. So lots going on, and especially if something starts to come about with the fee and the available shares to borrow, that could add some additional fuel to the fire. But that feels like a much bigger stretch to me than just sort of like the chart mechanics, and of course the earnings catalyst coming up as well. All right, folks, I hope that you have a nice weekend, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.